I thought I'd built a time machine. I found plans for something called a special magnifying receiver. A simple machine by today's standards. I thought. It transported Nikola Tesla to London.
I must be introduced to the Kardashian family.
And also a robot Napoleon. I used the special magnifying receiver to send them both away. Somewhere. That was 3 years ago. In London. Nikola didn't understand what he was building. He invented a machine that put our entire planet at risk, just to see what would happen. I'm not going to make that same mistake. Before I turn the special magnifying receiver back on, I'm doing my research. I'm starting to understand what this machine really is. And the more I learn, the more insane it sounds to everyone. Everyone except Harriet 281.
Ran the math, definitely multidimensional.
Dr. Clark? Are you physics, babe?
Can I help you?
Is that the special magnifying receiver?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Right. All hush-hush and everything. The faculty would think we're crazy if they knew what we were doing.
And what are we doing?
You're so physics, babe. I'm Harriet.
Harriet,
Harriet 281.
you ran the math?
I so ran the math.
Let me see the math.
It's in the comments. The resonances make sense if they're happening in more dimensions than 3. 4, 5, 6. I'm guessing it must be 10, but that seems too obvious.
And you're a student?
Physics and engineering. Hardcore.
Hardcore. How did you find me?
Saw all the crazy stuff in your office, wondered what it was, found pictures online, on your blog. Your blog is the best.
Harriet, is there something you want from me?
Well, I want us to turn it on.
No.
I need to show you this. I know, right? You've heard of 3D glasses?
And what, you've invented 4D glasses?
Not yet, but I've invented this. And I'm pretty sure I can detect small-scale four-dimensional activity with it. And if we turn on the special magnifying receiver, we might have some four-dimensional activity to detect.
This actually makes sense. Sort of. Harriet, I really don't think it's a good idea to turn on the special magnifying receiver again.
Because we don't know what will happen.
Because we don't know what will happen.
But it might be a really good idea to turn on the special magnifying receiver again.
Because we don't know what will happen.
Right? This. Transmitter X. Hello.
No.
Sorry.
This is dangerous enough. We activate the resonator only. We take measurements. We turn it off.
Fine. Really? Amazing.
Let me see. Nikola!
What? Gravity.
Yes, we have gravity.
Yes.
Are you seriously Nikola Tesla? Why do you sound like a posh English person?
I was taught English on the European continent and have been speaking it since I was a child. How would you expect me to sound?
What happened to you?
We defeated the Napoleon robot.
It looks that way.
I was transported to London. A different London, a different world. Every person had a small flame burning above his head and her head. Different colored flames. The yellows, astonishing. Some purple, of course. Many colors. I had no flame, and the people took pity on me. They brought me metals, transformers, these things I desired. I made this to bring me home. My 1897 in my New York. I traveled from one version of London to the next. In one, the distribution of the left and right-handed was equal. In another, only the grandest of houses were constructed of meat. And now, thanks to you, New York, not my New York. The special magnifying receiver is not a time machine. The truth is, I could not begin to conceive of such a thing.
We know. It's sending a signal to some other system. Something massive that can transport you using higher dimensions.
This special magnifying receiver is like a phone that calls a taxi that takes you to different universes.
This was not of my design. Some invisible hand has been at work, although no longer invisible. For as I traveled to each new universe, I began to note the presence of a dim being, an eerie stranger. Whenever I see his bearded face, I know his intentions can only be evil. I've escaped him thus far, but for how much longer?
Another robot.
The science is foreign to me. All my learning, my innovations, these travels have revealed me to be a primitive. Send me to my universe. Return me to my science, to my 1897. The stranger will follow, and I will face him in a world where I'm still master of technology.
It's great that we rescued Nikola Tesla, but the thing with him is that he turns up and he brings along an evil robot.
Right. Maybe shouted him after he said lunch, though.
I'll lead him away.
Where's the special magnifying receiver?
Had to go, needed my machine.
There are more than 3 dimensions. We can't see them with our eyes, but we can write mathematical equations that assume there are more than 3 dimensions in space. Those equations make perfect sense. It's hard for us to imagine how 4 dimensions would look. One way to think about it is to imagine how people in a 2-dimensional world would see things. A 3-dimensional ball passing through a 2-dimensional world would look, to the people in that world, like a circle getting bigger and then smaller. A 4-dimensional ball passing through our world would look like a sphere getting bigger, then smaller, then disappearing. Want to see in 4 dimensions?
Okay. You were like the coolest girlfriend ever.
Thanks for helping us, Alonzo.
Now, that was cool. That was like, wow. You need to share this with the world.
We've got some good data here.
The scientific community can't exactly tell us we're crazy if they try the goggles.
First, we get the math straight.
And find Nikola Tesla.
He doesn't want to be found.
It doesn't matter. He's out there exploring other universes, which is exactly what we need to be doing if we really want to understand all of this. Seriously, it's time we try Transmitter X.
Or
Not. Because multidimensional communication with an incredibly powerful, unknown technology beyond our comprehension is possibly insanely dangerous, maybe.
my possibly insanely dangerous machine is a work in progress. Like, we will start using it as soon as we understand all of this better. In the meantime, we've got a paper to write.
Okay, I'll run the numbers tonight. But first, more 4-dimensional exploration.
If you see Tesla, tell him I said hi.
What's Transmitter X?
Looks like a thing.
Oh.
Like a contemporary update of Tesla's supposed receiver. That is, in actual fact, a transmitter with unique resonances that seem to overcome the zero-radius torus vibration problem across symplectic and complex manifolds, allowing 10-dimensional communication with a weird magic transportation device in another universe. In theory.
So you want to get a coffee?
I think I need to do this for a while.
Sure. How about dinner?
Yeah, just text me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Hey, can I kiss you in 4 dimensions?
That was weird.
It's probably better without the goggles.
Later, Dater.
Bye.
Thank you.
I've never met an interdimensional management associate before.
It's what happens when you get promoted. I used to be an engineer, now I'm a management associate.
Is Theon of the 12th your job title?
Theon of the 12th is my name.
Well, pleased to meet you, Theon of the 12th.
It's because I'm from the 12th universe to join the Multiverse Unification Agency.
Right.
So Theon of the 12th.
Okay. How many universes are there in the Multiverse
Unification Agency. The Multiverse
Unification Agency.
628,609. We've been watching you, Harriet.
The Multiverse Unification Agency
Yes.
has been watching me.
Yes.
Okay.
The Multiverse Unification Agency is a private consortium that exists to share information, technology, and culture between different universes. Now, your universe is not yet sufficiently culturally and technologically advanced to join the agency, but you, Harriet Goldring, you have great vision.
No, thank you.
You are welcome, Harriet. Harriet?
Yes?
Would you like to see the Multiverse Unification Agency? We welcome those who seek unrestricted freedom and who, like yourself, have the vision to achieve it in a place where the best and brightest might unencumber their comprehension of the universe and in so doing no longer be subject to its whims. This is the Multiverse Unification Agency. Engineers, researchers, administrators, sales associates, exploring new dimensions, discovering new universes, negotiating trade agreements. But our principal ambition, our superordinate goal, is to understand the very nature of existence itself. The Colossus Machina, ageless, beyond time. The source of all interdimensional travel, pulling open passages in space between vast intergalactic distances in each three-dimensional universe and between universes themselves. A formal job offer from the Multiverse Unification Agency. Will you join us?
Hey, you're not hungry, or?
Sorry. So we're not going to be seeing each other anymore.
What?
The universe is bigger than you think. I'm leaving. Indefinitely.
Indefinitely?
It was never going to work, right? Like, how unadventurous are we? Two Canadians come to a new country and they end up dating each other. It's time to get woke.
Woke?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Alonzo. Oh, and tell Sophie, okay? I have to go and I can't tell anybody why. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
I need more.
More from?
From life. And
Life, yeah, and? Okay.
yeah, this is the conclusion. It's really important you give these to Sophie, okay?
What, you don't want your amazing 4D glasses?
Where I'm going, they're not so amazing.
Wait, where are you going?
It's, you know, kind of one of those, it's like a work thing. I'm not allowed to say. I have to go. Bye. Bye, Alonzo.
Day one.
Day one. What are we doing?
You are a Multiverse Unification Agency Junior Ambassador. It's time to meet your partner and mentor.
I get a mentor?
He's a bit rough around the edges, but he knows his way around the multiverse. I believe you've met.
Of course you work for the Multiverse Unification Agency. I knew you'd be doing something important.
I'm getting out of debt.
Mr. Tesla owes the Multiverse Unification Agency a great deal of money.
Oh. What?
That gargantuan apparatus. The Colossus Machina.
Mr. Tesla has been engaging in unauthorized use of the Colossus Machina.
In my attempts to return home, it was communicating with my special magnifying receiver. Of course, I had no knowledge of this, and yet they still insist on billing me for its use.
And you did use it a great deal, Mr. Tesla. We charge industry standard rates.
For the use of an ancient entity you stumbled upon one day and decided to keep for yourselves. Ridiculous.
You always have the option of having your memory erased and your special magnifying receivers confiscated. Having Nikola Tesla on our staff brings prestige to our agency. We are very pleased to have him on our team, and I am certain he will be an excellent mentor. Harriet?
Yes?
Are you ready for your first mission?
You sure?
To the portals!
So what are we doing exactly?
Sales.
Today you travel to New York 286,573 as multi-universal ambassadors.
We're delivering an item they bought from us.
We facilitate the exchange of technology between universes. The portals.
What else did she say?
That I wasn't gonna work because we're both Canadian.
What else?
I need to get woke.
What does that mean?
The universe is bigger than I think. Sophie, I really don't think that Harriet's in Brooklyn anymore.
Not this Brooklyn.
The brain stem agrometer, delivered by no less than Nikola Tesla, Alt 485960473B.
There are many Nikola Teslas in the multiverse.
I am Dr. Bookie. Come, Professor Tesla, we will witness a revelation in efficiency.
Hi.
We will witness a revelation in efficiency.
Scientists of the Science Institute. Administration and management of the Science Institute. The brainstem agrometer.
Please sign for the receipt of one brainstem agrometer.
Ah!
Thank you and good day.
Don't we get to see what it does?
I think now would be an appropriate time to
A
depart.
demonstration? For Nikola Tesla, Alt 485960473B. Dr. Modisto, your planning and analytics are unparalleled. Surely you will be the first to assist in maximizing our scientific efficiency.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's maximize that efficiency. Excuse me.
Dr. Modisto, to whom should we allocate the parking spaces closest to the building?
As I've said, it should be based on seniority, as all other measures are arbitrary and imprecise. Because
my colleagues do not take me seriously as a professional, so I've been reduced to making an argument for the allocation of parking spaces sound as logical and reasoned as I possibly can.
that's not what I think at all.
Having my unconscious motivations revealed to my peers makes me panic. I must say something to stop the panic.
Okay, that's enough for me.
Speaking makes the panic worse. I must take action to...
From today forward, all scientists at the Science Institute will use the brainstem agrometer to filter out their unconscious biases. Eventually, you will all learn to speak using only pure reason. Who's next?
Actually, this isn't scientific at all. Or efficient.
By agreeing to connect my mind to this machine, I sacrifice my dignity, a godlike sacrifice. If I am a god, everyone will respect my dismissive words, and we will get rid of this machine.
Godlike. This thing is psychotic.
Having my unconscious motivations revealed to my peers makes me panic. I must say something to stop the panic.
Dr. Bookie, I think we'd all like to hear what the machine has to say about you.
The brainstem agrometer is authorized for use by scientists. I am merely a manager, a facilitator.
All in favor of hooking Dr. Bookie up to the machine?
I strongly suggest we make our exit.
Why?
This is not the first brainstem agrometer I've delivered.
I have no idea what I'm doing, and everyone here knows it.
It's
Even perfect
defective.
strangers.
We have been deceived by the Multiverse Unification Agency. Call security and have those agents arrested.
We need transmitter X, right?
Transmitter X could end up tearing the fabric of time-space, so no. But it's probably the same sort of tech, just really advanced. No, wait!
Like, did you see that?
Nikola Tesla, who lived in this universe, was revered. We would like to purchase the following.
I am Tsar.
And I am Nikola Tesla.
It is a great honor to meet Nikola Tesla.
And I am Harriet Goldring.
It is a great honor to meet Harriet Goldring. Welcome to the Chamber of the Elders.
Thank you. We would like to purchase the following.
Elders, Nikola Tesla and Harriet Goldring have come to us with a request.
We would like to purchase the following. Immortality injections and a mind archiving pod.
Whoa. We are hesitant to provide these items for sale. We fear the technology contained within them could have devastating effects on universes less developed than our own.
The Multiverse Unification Agency seeks only to improve the universes within its purview.
I don't know.
We require assurance that these technologies will only be shared by those universes which have cleansed themselves of the worst signifiers of social demise.
Atomic weapons and social media.
We will consider your request once you've provided proof that each of the agency's 628,608 other universes have evolved to the point in which these destructive influences no longer exist.
Let's
meet up again next century.
Wait. The Multiverse Unification Agency will provide this assurance. But in the spirit of shared multi-universal soulhood, I ask that you sell us this technology right now. I ask this as Nikola Tesla, and I give you my word as a scientist. Your technology will be used with the utmost caution and responsibility.
Do you know for sure that all these universes don't have atomic weapons or social media? I mean, the last universe we went to seemed like it was just as messed up as mine.
I am somewhat certain that the Multiverse Unification Agency has clear ethical guidelines. This technology will be used in the multiverse's best interests. So yes, I, Nikola Tesla, offer you this assurance on my honor as a scientist.
Nice. But what of the great Harriet Goldring?
I don't think I should be.
Harriet, do you have any idea what the commission on multiversal sales of immortality injections and mind archiving pods will amount to? Within a matter of weeks, I will no longer be in debt to the agency.
Right. So this is like my second day on the job. I mean, great that I get to just jump in and do whatever this is, but I kind of have no idea what's going on. And if you want to lie to these people, you're going to have to do it yourself because I really can't see how what you're saying right now isn't lying.
The great Harriet Goldring is a scientist, not a negotiator. It would be indecorous for her to speak on this matter. If you are to be assured of the Multiverse Unification Agency's intentions, it must be by myself, Nikola Tesla.
Well,
Okay.
We accept the assurances of the great Nikola Tesla.
This is...
Never seen it before?
No?
It's happening more and more.
Yeah?
Yep. This whole vaporization death cult thing has really gotten out of control.
Vaporization death cult?
It makes sense if you think about it. You release your consciousness back into the collective pre-conscious well by destroying your physical body.
It doesn't make sense if they're trying to make everyone else do it.
That's just the extremists.
The problem is radicalization.
Exactly.
And all the people killing themselves. That's a problem as well. Where's your identification?
Oh no, I'm just visiting. Whoa.
it carefully.
Immortality injections and a mind archiving pod.
I knew we could count on you, Mr. Tesla. You'll be paying off your debt sooner than we thought.
The elders of Universe 382 require official assurance that these devices will not be sold or otherwise made available to Earths which have not yet abolished atomic weapons or social media.
Of course, absolutely. I'll just need you to send me that in an email. Maybe CC Mr. Tesla on that.
It has to be more official than an email. This is a promise we made on behalf of the Multiverse Unification Agency.
Of course, absolutely. The Multiverse Unification Agency has the best lawyers in over 400,000 universes. Their psyches intertwined in a consciousness bath. They'll put together a very nice-looking contract for the elders.
I just want to be able to look them in the eye and tell them we'll do what we said we'd do. And, you know, I could really use some more information about this. Like, what I'm doing here?
Of course, absolutely. We'll get you that. And here's your first piece of information. People in one universe don't always know what's best for all the other universes. That's why this agency exists, so that people like you can help people like the elders help everyone, even if they want to make it hard for us to be helpful.
What's going on? You have invaded the offices of the Multiverse Unification Agency.
What does that mean?
We're gonna have to ask you some questions.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have to vaporize you.
This portal's popular.
It's a premium star member universe, restricted access. But of course, Nikola Tesla is always welcome.
Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla. I was not informed of this. Oh, no, really? Our people should have told you. Have you met other Nikola Teslas before? You are the first. The first one's always a bit disconcerting. This must be so weird for you. I really apologize. Oh, and hey, you must be Harriet Goldring. It's great to finally meet you. I've heard so much.
Another Tesla. How will I ever tell you apart?
Right? The multiverse makes for some surreal moments. So, you're going technology shopping. We require an overview of any recent technological, social, and/or political innovations that may assist the Multiverse Unification Agency in its inter-universal sharing and improvement programs. That sounds like technology shopping to me. This is our Innovation Center. Feel free to look around, and of course, I'm happy to answer any questions. Hey, Rania, this is Nikola Tesla, old 485960473B, and Harriet Goldring. Let's get what you've been working on up on some displays, okay? Please.
You're kind of different from my Nikola Tesla.
We're all products of our environment. His was a very different time and place.
Yeah, this place is really nice. I guess that makes people more pleasant.
Pleasant is what we're going for in New York 102,034. Good day.
It really is.
What is this?
Infinite stellar husbandry. We can slow a star's decline up to the point where it will never die. Would you like to see the equations?
No, thank you.
Zero crime?
Zero crime.
So this is one of those crazy authoritarian societies where if you jaywalk, you are executed.
Not at all. We would never want to restrict our ability to think freely and innovate. The key is to assure that every citizen's needs are met. No one has to worry about whether they'll be able to eat or if they'll lose their home.
So, how does all this work? I'm surprised everybody doesn't just sit around all day.
That definitely is an option for some citizens, but you know, if you don't have a goal in life, that's okay. The vast majority of us want to have something we do, and do it well. It helps give life meaning.
Yeah.
Working at the agency is giving you a bit of existential grief.
They don't seem super concerned about, you know, consequences. But how do you say no to exploring new worlds? I could pick up a book here and get all the answers to stuff we're only starting to figure out back home. I really need to do that.
Computational overclocking. You can change the speed at which you perceive the world. We can go as high as 1,000 to 1. A day would feel like 24,000 hours.
Have you tested this brain accelerator?
So far only on slaves. It allows them to make their breaks feel like they last for days.
I see. Slavery.
Slavery?
That's how they do it. We operate a slave economy. I know it can be shocking to people who come from a different set of constructs.
A different set of constructs? Wait a minute. You have slaves?
Automation has replaced much of the manual labor required to drive production, but for the moment, we still require the human mind and body for a variety of manufacturing, agricultural...
You have slaves?
We're hardly the only city in the agency to have a slave economy.
So, wait a minute. There are people here, right now...
No, outside the city limits. No one likes to have the suffering of others thrown in their face.
...who are forced to do manual labor and punished if they don't?
That's how slavery works, yes.
So your entire society is evil and you are a horrible person.
Search the multiverse. Find me a world without suffering, and without people who ignore it. When you learn to balance compassion with rationality, you cease to be a hypocrite.
You're calling me a hypocrite?
I believe he was speaking generally.
Shut up!
Whoa, let's just take things down a notch here. Tesla 4859604773B. I know you've got some financial issues, and I think it would be really sad for all of us if this conversation started to take on the wrong vibe. Harriet, I will demand an apology from you in short order. However, you, who have no right to call yourself Nikola Tesla, you willingly choose to ignore the fundamental interconnectedness of all living things, the great sharing of consciousness and experience that binds all minds and souls. You are woefully short-sighted, and your society shall suffer for it, if not in this generation, then in the future. Actually, we've done a lot of multidimensional research on a variety of scales, and we have found evidence of many connections extending into our experiential level of space-time from others, including evidence for quantum consciousness and different kinds of unifying wells. But, you know, all of this keeps coming back to rationality. Scientific information is meaningless without philosophical interpretation. You should have a talk with our cardinal ethicist. Indeed. Well, that could be informative.
No, actually, because slavery is bad.
Slavery is bad.
Because we don't want to create a black hole.
How did you enter this facility without our knowledge?
I was just standing there, and then I was here. You said you were going to vaporize me.
From which universe did you enter this facility?
The normal universe. You said you were going to vaporize me?
I'm afraid we will need to vaporize you.
Oh, that would be really bad. For you? Yeah, I have information. Important information about something that's very dangerous to the Multiverse Unification Agency.
What information?
That can only be revealed to my contact.
Who's that?
Harriet Goldring.
I apologize.
Accepted.
So, what did we find in New York 102,034?
Slavery?
Yes, and technology?
The Multiverse Unification Agency has to, like, ban New York 102034. I'm assuming you have some human rights standards, and I'd like to have a copy of them, please.
I thought this might happen. Harriet, there is no way to negotiate between hundreds and thousands of universes without embracing ethical relativism. Suffering is a complex philosophical concept, and its significance to a society varies wildly between cultures.
Did you know this kind of thing was happening?
Certainly not. Theon of the 12th has failed entirely to inform me as to the ethical standards of the Multiverse Unification Agency.
You failed entirely.
I understand this is difficult for you both. You come from simpler, less cosmopolitan environments. You've only been given a short time to adjust to the complex processing you need in order to function here.
That's insulting.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you did spend your formative years in a small town. Whether you like it or not, your worldview is still evolving.
So insulting.
Stop insulting Harriet.
Thank you.
So we've caught a spy. And this spy claims to have important security information for somebody named Harriet.
Do you know a spy?
No.
What is the spy's name?
Alonzo.
Alonzo's not a spy.
I think we need to vaporize him anyway.
You can't vaporize Alonzo.
I'm afraid we have very strict security protocols.
You can't vaporize Alonzo.
Who is Alonzo?
I know him, and you don't need to vaporize him.
Non-licensed persons are a critical threat.
There's an infinite number of universes, and we can't just have people running around in them with insider knowledge of the Multiverse Unification Agency.
Alonzo doesn't have insider knowledge.
I know about the vaporization death cult.
What does that even mean? So you're just gonna kill him? What the hell's the matter with you?
I'm very sorry. These are difficult decisions, but cracks in our security network can quickly turn to chasms.
Vaporization is completely painless.
Like, no chance I'm gonna let this happen. First of all, I demand a lawyer. Second of all, I quit.
Do you have a lawyer?
I'll get one.
That seems like the right thing to do. In the meantime, we'll need to vaporize Alonzo.
If you vaporize anyone, I shall resign immediately.
Really? And have your special magnifying receivers confiscated? Be sent to some random universe with your memory completely erased?
Yes. And I will take my last lot of technology cells with me.
Those transactions have already been completed.
I'm afraid I forgot to file them.
Where's the paperwork?
I cannot seem to find it.
You haven't filed your paperwork for the immortality injections.
Or mind archiving, or infinite stellar husbandry, biocomputational overclocking.
That's millions in commissions for both of us, Mr. Tesla. Where is it?
I suspect I will be able to locate all of this paperwork once Alonzo has been freed.
Huh.
Regulations and Procedures, Apocrypha 56, Section 871, Commercial Entanglements.
Facilitators shall use their best judgment in determining appropriateness of memory erasure alternatives.
So, we will erase Alonzo's memory and send him back to the backwater. Are you still quitting? If so, we can erase your memory while we're at it.
I'll think about it. Vaporization death cult?
Yeah. Do you not know about this?
Know about what?
I actually saw people do it. They vaporize themselves because their bodies keep them from being,
reconnected to the pre-material mass consciousness.
It's getting really, really big.
It's actually well documented. The cult started within the Multiverse Unification Agency.
Well, this is definitely the perfect place to develop a full-on existential crisis.
Exactly.
Apparently, there's even a splinter group that wants to vaporize every single person in the multiverse. Anyway, time to erase your memory.
Wait a minute, you didn't know about any of this?
Start the machine.
What the hell is this?
It's a messy process.
Turn it off! Now!
These guys, the multiple union...
Multiverse Unification Agency.
thousands of Earths have already been destroyed.
Hold on now. Some just descend into chaos.
Now, why did you tell him this?
We were just chatting. I didn't know he was a spy.
And there were like tons of people who've already had like total breakdowns, and then they joined the vaporization cult. Harriet, seriously,
Multiverse Unification Agency.
They are so not cool.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Initiate the procedure.
Drill, baby, drill. We always say that.
Also be reconglomerated.
It's the vaporization end times.
Hi. Yes, everyone's being vaporized here as well.
The vaporization end times are upon us. To the Colossus Machina.
Why are we going to the Colossus Machina?
Don't you know? Wait. You're not believers, are you?
Of course I know. I just forgot.
Oh, okay. Basically, we're going to use it to vaporize all the worlds in the Multiverse Unification Agency, so...
Of course we are. To the Colossus Machina.
To the Colossus Machina!
I think some people are going to the Colossus Machina.
Apparently, it's going to take a while. We have to vaporize the worlds one at a time.
All 628,609 of them. How long will that take?
It would go a lot faster if everyone would stop pressuring me.
It can be done in a single operation.
No, it can't.
Indeed it can.
It says who?
It says Nikola Tesla, Alt 485960473B. As carved in ancient tongues upon the Colossus Machina itself. It is written, the end of the worlds shall happen in a single operation.
It doesn't say that.
You should at least let him try.
Look, I'm the engineer. I'm the one who knows this. Do you want me to do it or not?
Well, I mean, one world at a time, though, is...
That is an unacceptably long wait for the final euphoria of vaporization.
Let Tesla try. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fine.
What are you doing?
I suggest you and Alonso locate the yellow door. Soon.
Are you gonna do something crazy?
Vaporizing 500,000 worlds would be crazy. Under the circumstances, destroying this machine's connections to those worlds is a logical alternative.
What are you guys talking about?
The vaporization procedure begins. Prepare yourselves.
Yellow door!
What do we do?
Sophie!
Where's Tesla?
I think he might have blown up the Colossus Machina.
And the Multiverse Unification Agency.
Right.